I'm doing? Bye. Hi guys, it's me Erica. So you might notice this is a different kind of setup, and that is because I decided to do something differently, and I think I like this setup a little more because the lighting is so much better than if I'm right here on my desk. So I think I might adapt this, but I'm not sure. But anyways, the title of this video will give it away, but I'm going to be talking about my pin bags or my Ita bags. So I actually have two. One is the one I started with a lot of characters, and another one is my Victuuri Ita bag that I just started making, and I actually have a video on it that I actually took of it, so I'll probably insert a little bit of it throughout the video and also possibly at the end, but I'm not sure. So first of all, if you don't know what an Ita bag is short for Itasha bag, so it's like painful bag because it's like a bag that you spend so much money on trying to decorate, and it came from the Itasha cars where they had like all these anime design cars, and girls and guys decided to pick that up and showcase their love for different characters. And it can be multiple characters, even multiple animes, and not even anime, but Ita bags are supposed to showcase your love for a specific thing, or not specific, but like things you love in general. So my first Ita bag is actually this one, and I'll probably show a closer look of all the things that are on it, but this is my first bag that has a multitude of characters on it. And the reason why I had this bag, and I don't know if I'm going to continue using this bag, is I originally wanted a huge tote bag with the plastic covering, but those aren't really as available as the heart bags that are much smaller. So this is what I first started with, because this plain black bag was like $5 at Walmart or Amazon. I don't remember where I bought it, but like it was very cheap, and it was like plain, so I could just stick pins on it. And to be honest, I think this is a much more easier, just because there's no plastic covering on it, so you're not struggling to put the stuff inside it, but it is less like covered, so it can get destroyed. And that's also the reason why I stopped using this, because even though it's such a big hit because there's so many pins on it, when I went to the anime festival in San Francisco, it was like very crowded, and one person got too close to me, and while I was walking, her hair got stuck in one of these pins, and I felt so bad. And like she didn't really mind because it's like it wasn't like intentional that her hair got stuck in here. But since then I haven't really showcased this that much, just because I don't want anyone's hair to get caught in it. But it is really cool, and this is just to show that it doesn't have to be a specific one, because I liked a lot of anime and a lot of other things that are not anime, so I kind of divided it that way. So mostly on the top there is artist made pins. All of these are actually artist made pins here, and I'll showcase them a little more in detail. But here I have some Utano Prince-sama, Vocaloid, some Kisniver pins, a couple of Haikyuu pins, two Voltron pins. What else is on here? Some Gekkan Shoujo, some more Utapri, some Didada pins. And then starting from here, I have my non-Baka pins that I made on a DIY. I used to have my Disney pins, the ones you get at Disneyland, on here, but I got too scared because those pins are very expensive, so I just kept them in my room and not showcase them, because I actually lost one, but thank God the one I lost wasn't the expensive one, because I've had a pin that was like $15, and I'm like, good, like thank the Lord I didn't lose that one. I just lost a $7 one, which is still pretty expensive. And then down here I have my catching here. I have my Marvel pins, so like all the Marvel characters I really like, and Rogue, and there used to be a Jubilee one on here too. So this is why I stopped using this bag too, because a lot of them don't have protection. and especially with these ones, these perler bead ones, they easily break because they're not as secure. So I don't even know where Jubilee went, but I got her, and then but this is why a lot of people prefer the one with the covering on it, so that if it does fall, usually it'll just fall inside the bag. And yeah, and then there's just a Scarlet Witch keychain. I forgot his name. Oh, for a second there. There's a Hinata keychain. And then on the back here, I have starters from Pokemon, so Squirtle, Chespin, Bulbasaur, and then some Black Butler pins over here. So moving on to my newer Ita bag, which is Victuuri inspired. Originally, I really wanted to make just a whole Yuri on Ice Ita bag, but I couldn't find the tote bags, which are a lot bigger than this one. So I just decided to minimize it to Victor and Yuri. And I really wanted to put like the family on there, like Victor, Yuri, and Uriel, but Uriel wouldn't fit in any of it. So I just said, okay, I'll just make a Victor Yuri Ita bag. And here it is. Actually, these were originally on my walls because I wasn't planning to do this soon. And the bag here is actually pretty cheap. I thought it'd be more expensive. This is about, I think I got paid $25 or $20 to $25 for this on Amazon, and I'll leave the link of where I bought this before. I don't think this is the Wego brand, which is the ones that originally make this. I think it's like a knockoff brand of the Wego bags. That's why it's not as expensive, but it might be the same one, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I'm not done with it because I still have some space left in here. But doing this in comparison to the last Ita bag was way more harder because I'll open it up for you. There is a flap here where you like attach all your pins and your keychains, and I majorly have keychains, so it's kind of hard. I don't know if you can see here, but I had to individually safety pin all of them here, and as you work down it gets harder because you have to like do all these other things to it, so that, and if you like have something else down there, you might knock off another thing, and it's a little harder, but it is cool because it has a protection cover on it. And I've been looking for the huge one, so if I end up getting a huge one, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this Ita bag. I mean, I'll keep the things and the Ita bag, but I might transform this to something else. And I really want to make a free Ita bag. Like, Yuri on Ice and Free are the two things that I really want to make Ita bags out of, because those are my two favorite animes. But if you're wondering, I actually thought I didn't want this one just because it's smaller, which is the case. Yes, it's smaller, but inside it actually is pretty big. I could fit my huge camera in here and my wallet, so this is what I'm probably going to take to conventions, not the huge one, just because I don't want to hurt anybody. But I think the easier thing to do, which I know some people do, is that they take a piece of fabric and then they cut it to the size of this, and then they attach the pins like that, so they don't have to like work their way down and up on here. When I was designing the Ita bag, I think this is a little tip. Try to design it outside first before you start putting stuff inside, because it gives you a more sense of how much room you have and how you want to design it, because it takes a while to put stuff in there. So yeah, hopefully you like this video, and if you have any questions about Ita bags in general, or just fandoms in general, or what you should put on the Ita bag, you can just leave it down below. I might make a new video if there's a lot of questions, but just leave it down. It's a really cool way to showcase your family. Well, they can be your family, but it's a really cool way to showcase your fandoms. I really love them. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not done with this one though, because I've seen some cool things like people do, like put lights in here, and I really want to put snowflake lights in here, but we will see. So that is all, you guys, and thank you guys so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye!